Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. Beautiful souls, there have been several comets actually during this year of 2024. One is visible now. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I'm going to bring the name up on the screen for you actually so you can see. It translates as Purple Mountain. Now, today we are asking for a message from your ancestors to find out what major gift this comet is bringing you. In native traditions, it's understood that we all arrived on Earth, every living being arrived on Earth on the tail of a comet. Hence, we are all related. And of course, quantum physics confirms that we are all made of the same stuff. We are made of the stuff of stars. And so today, because we've had so many comets this year, and one is currently visible, Purple Mountain, we are asking for a message from your ancestors. What major gift is the comet bringing for you? That is for pile 1. I'm seeing this showing up. I'll show you this card in more detail in just a moment. This is for pile 2. And this is for pile 3. Okay, beautiful souls. I will pick these up and show them to you in more detail. First of all, as well, I should just say, beautiful souls, welcome back if you are returning to the channel. Thank you so much for being a part of the Moon Magic Tarot community, and welcome if you are new. Beautiful souls, it is an absolute privilege to read for you during such extraordinary times. So much is happening in the world, in the universe, literally. That is incoming energy for us. So these comets are very important to us from an astrological perspective, from an energy perspective. So we're asking your ancestors. Let's show you card number 1 in more detail first of all. So this is for pile 1. Okay, and I'm going to draw a rune and a charm as well. We have 2 runes coming through for you. We have Mana's the rune of the self and Ura's the rune of strength. So that is for pile 1, and your charm we have, there it is. It is, trying to see what, it's a little dolphin. Oh wow, I hope the camera can focus on this. It's a tiny little dolphin jumping over, do you know, I'm not sure what it's jumping over, like jumping over a ball. Yeah, it looks like a dolphin jumping over a ball. So we've got a dolphin jumping over something. That is the charm for pile 1. This is the first time this little charm has actually showed up in any of my readings. You kind of get to know them actually as they show up. But that's the very first time. How interesting. The first time something has shown itself. Pile 2. This is your card. Okay. Beautiful souls, if you find, as I am actually getting these cards out, if you find that you know which pile you're drawn to, the timestamps are in the description. You can go straight to the reading if you wish to. Okay, we have 2 runes. Again, we have the rune of Algiz. This is the rune of protection. We also have the rune of Tewaz, the spiritual warrior. Powerful runes. And we have your charm. Okay, I think you have 2. Yes, you do. You have a beautiful moon. This came out quite recently in a reading, actually. You have a beautiful moon, and you also have a bee. How beautiful. Okay, let's put a little counter here so you can see them easily. So a moon and a bee. This is for pile 2. And for pile 3, this is your card. Okay, and your runes. 2 again coming through for you. We have Othilla. This is the rune of inheritance, sometimes separation. And we also have the rune of Gibo. Gibo is the rune of partnership, and sometimes it indicates a gift. So Othilla and Gibo, and you have You have a charm of an owl. This is your charm. Okay, let's put that there. Okay, beautiful souls. Now, I'm going to leave the video running just a few moments longer. I always do this at the beginning for anyone that just wants a little bit more time. You can always press the pause button if you need even more time. But I know sometimes when you press the pause button, you get kind of something that comes up on the screen and you can't see it very well. So I'll leave it running for a few moments longer. If you find you're drawn to more than one, it may well be worth listening to more than one reading. There may be more than one message coming through for you. But I always say just trust your gut feeling, trust your instinct. You know, this is a partnership. It's not just me doing a reading for you. It's you actually listening to yourself. And in many ways, energetically, we're working together. You know, I'm hopefully going to channel the messages through that you are needing to hear. But this is a relationship that we're in. You know, you are tuning in to, with your intuition, you're contributing energetically to what is taking place here and to what's coming through. So trust that gut feeling. If it's more than one reading, tune in with more than one. And beautiful souls, I will see you in just a moment in the readings. In fact, I'm just going to focus that camera just a little bit more, make sure that that is really clear for you, for anyone that needs that little bit more time. Tons of love. See you in the readings in just a moment. Pile one, welcome to your reading, beautiful souls. I'm going to turn this card over and read what's on the back in just a moment. And we have some amazing cards to draw for you today. I'm going to draw your oracle cards, and I'm going to use some of my old favourites, or one of my old favourites first, and then dive into a whole load of Native American tribal cards for you today to see what we are shown. What are your ancestors wanting to tell you? What message do your ancestors bring about the energy of the comet, or the energy of the comets this year? You know, what major gift is the comet bringing you? I'm seeing two cards from this pack for you. What major gift is the comet bringing my pile one? And two from this pack as well. Gosh, lots of cards coming through for you. Actually, it's these two. It's like 2 by 2 by 2 coming through for you. Okay, so we have Manas, the rune of the self. This is very personal to you. And I know every reading is personal, but it does suggest there's something, maybe something you're needing to even see. Maybe an insight will be brought to you. I don't know. I won't say too much until we really dive into your cards. You have Uras, the rune of strength. With the dolphin and a ball, I'm wondering if you've had to jump over some things or jump through some hoops or something like that is coming through. You have the card of creation. Wow. At the center of the universe. This is at the north direction of the medicine wheel. How fascinating. The mountain spirits speak. Now, the comet that we are currently able to see, you know, depending on where you are in the world, is actually called the Purple Mountain. The mountain spirits speak, telling you of their ancient memories. You walk around the stones of a sacred fire and you sense the breath of your ancestors in the purple smoke. They wish to transform your doubt and your pain. There is a ceremonial chant loud in your brain, and the dancers, like the sacred dancers of old, are pulling you into ceremony. They are the equivalent of the Great Spirit, here to remind you of the creation of life and death. You open your prayers as a sacred hoop of your life and offer them to the winds of time, caressing the world. A great warrior appears and descends on the mountain pathway to join you. You have made a sacrifice in your life. What is it, he asks. What is your life's greatest truth and how do you express it? Is your truth held in your pain or is it hidden within the butterfly that softly lead your transformation? Yes, I thought you had to jump over something. Jump through a hoop or jump through a hurdle, the strength to carry on. Gosh, you are being supported to come through and out the other side of something. That is what the energy of the comet is bringing you. I'm blown away by the fact that it's called the Purple Mountain, and these are your ancestors descending on a mountaintop to come and support you. Do you know, I've got goosebumps all over me, pile one. I'm not joking. Seriously, I have goosebumps. And you know when you get shivers running through you? Wow, you are seriously being supported to come through and beyond something. And look at this, you have the riddle. Again, sometimes we are having to navigate something and find our way through it. Kind of find the answers perhaps sometimes as well. Okay, you have, look at this, you have the card of the sacred pipe as well here. 24. And look at this, I love that there is a mountain, a line of mountains in the background. And here we have, I'm going to say an ancestor sitting here with drum. So again, that rhythm, that dance to align you. You know, the rhythm of the drum, the heart it's like the heartbeat of the earth. It's been some really fascinating research around working with drums. Some of you will know about this, working with drums, and actually how the sound, the energy of sound, helps us to realign. I actually did some drum work with a very dear friend who has Parkinson's, and you know, working with that drum was the only time that his whole body just responded and he became still. It was a really remarkable and moving experience. But anyway, that's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting energy coming through your reading here. Plant medicine truth. Conch shell calling. Oh my goodness me. Wow. We have reconnect with Mother Earth. We're going to fit all your cards in. We have 31, two spirit balance. Okay. I wonder if we're going to get two cards in. Bear with me, beautiful souls. I'm just going to see if I can perhaps move the camera out a little bit to make sure that we get all your cards into view. Okay, lovely souls, I have fiddled with the camera and moved things out a little bit, so I hope you can see everything, and we have space as well for some tarot cards, and we will layer on top of this if we need to. Now, you have been through, I think you've actually been through rather a lot, if I'm truly honest. And interestingly enough, I don't think you give yourself credit for how much you've been through and how much transformation you have undergone to be who you are and where you are. I think in your heart of hearts you know it, but I don't think you genuinely give yourself the credit you deserve. You have had to jump over so many hurdles. And this reading is honouring you. It's also saying that I feel like you're on the final leg of this, or the final leg of some kind of a recent hurdle. It almost feels like there's been layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer that you have actually processed. And, you know, at a level of soul, it's perhaps why you came here. What your ancestors are saying, and this is their message, they are now here, they are with you, they are walking with you, and they are literally healing you. Now, some of you may find that you are being drawn to alternative medicines, alternative ways of working, alternative ways of healing. Some of you may be engaged in things like sound baths, or you're just reconnecting with the earth through nature. It may be that you're finding music is really, really helping you. Some of you may also, I think, genuinely be emerging in your own kind of pathway and calling. I think for many of you, in fact, I would say almost this is a really strong message, probably that affects or is potentially resonating, may resonate with all of you on some level. Everything you have been through has brought you to the position you're in now. And the position you're in now, at this major turning point in the evolution of humanity, is actually to use your learning and growth as a beacon of light for others. For many of you, it will mean that you are going to be moving into, and may already be moving into, some kind of a career pathway that is a reflection of where you've come from. It's almost like there will have been times in your life when you have honestly thought, what next? Or, come on, universe, not another curveball. Or, why is this happening again? Or, all of these kinds of questions. What am I doing here? Why am I supposed to be here? This is crazy. Why do these things keep happening? Or, why do I get over one hurdle and then the universe pops up another? The purpose of this is almost to reach this point now. I think having so many comets in one year that are visible to us, it's kind of like a symbolic indication of a level of transformation that humanity has not undergone for thousands and thousands of years. And that's the level of stuff that's going on astrologically. If you're new to my channel, I write a moon diary and manifest with the moon diary. It's not at the time of this reading. If you're coming to this a little bit later on, after it's been up and running, the moon diary may well be out there. But it's in the process of being brought into the world with several different versions, so that you can find one that's hopefully relatively close to your time zone, and get really accurate information about the incoming energy. Because you see, you are very sensitive to energy. Interestingly enough, through all the upheavals that you've come through, you haven't become hardened or less sensitive to energy. You've actually become more sensitive to energy. And now is the time of healing, of transformation, of cleansing, where your ancestors are literally working around you. When you sleep, they are working around you. Some of you may be getting dreams where you hear music, or you have visions, or you experience yourself. Even if you were living in like a high-rise apartment block or something, you may even in your dreams find that you are experiencing, for some of you, dancing. For some of you, experiencing yourselves as being in nature, taking a walk in nature, being guided. Your ancestors, I really feel, are literally working around the clock around you. You're being healed, you're being cleansed, so that your sensitivity remains intact, and you can continue to move forwards to fulfill a calling. And this is where you are going to use your experiences to benefit others, however that comes. But you need to be balanced to be able to do this. And this is a point of, I feel, accelerated transformation and healing that is happening to you personally, and your ancestors are bringing this for you. They are coming down from that mountaintop to assist you. If you have dreams where you see a guide smoking a pipe around you, they are smoking that pipe for you. You are being held. I'm getting goosebumps again. Wow. You are literally being held in a space of profound healing, truth, acknowledgement, validation, so that you can literally rebirth to fulfill your calling, to fulfill why you came here at this point in time in humanity's massive point of transformation, because that's really where we are at the moment. You only have to watch any astrology channel to really understand this fully. Now, let me draw some tarot cards for you. Let's get any more information, any additional messages. Your message is very clear from your ancestors, and I'm absolutely loving it. It feels so supported. Okay, look at this, the wheel. La Rueda. This is the medicine wheel, but it's the wheel of fortune in a traditional pack. Wow. And look at this, we have a snake. The snake shed their skins. It's time for you to literally birth into the new, so that you can find your focus. Look at all these arrows, how they point to the center, the bullseye. This is why you came here. Yeah, we have the snake in the west direction here, shedding skins, transforming. We have the turtle in the north, your ancestors bringing you the knowledge to, it's interesting because it's very earthy energy, to bring knowledge and wisdom into the world in a very real and practical way. Some of you will be giving people real skills. Perhaps you may be training to work in, holistic medicine, ways of medicine. You may be helping people with sound. There's something very pragmatic. I feel like you're going to become a vessel of connectedness between what is needed, the guidance that's needed, that's coming in from above, from source, from spirit, to bring it forth in real practical ways to assist humanity at this time. I feel that's your calling in some way, shape or form, helping people to come back into balance, helping humanity to be balanced. It's really very purposeful. I mean, in the East we have, I think, what looks like a little stoat or a weasel. They're very adaptable, stoats and weasels. They also have foresight. And then we have a bird of, looks like an eagle or a firebird in the south. It's interesting. I tend to associate in the teachings that I have been very, very, very fortunate to be gifted with. We see the eagle in the east usually, but I mean, it's irrelevant. This is, the wheel is turning. It's interesting that we have a symbol of new beginnings sitting, of course, in the south, and the south is a space of new beginnings as well. It's a space of rebirth. Okay, this is absolutely, I almost feel like this is destiny, this is fate, everything you've been through. And this makes sense of the riddle of, those times when you thought, what is going on? Why am I even here? Nobody should go through this many challenges in life. Now you're going to make sense of this because the planets are aligning, the comets is bringing in the gift of your transformation so that you may follow your calling and play your part. I feel some of you will be bringing in kind of leadership elements as well, potentially. But what you bring is healing for others, healing for cleansing and cleansing. We have here, look at this. We have the High Priestess. I mean, this is absolutely the case. God, I'm getting goosebumps again. And look at this beautiful child here being held. Your rebirth that is being absolutely looked after now. Your ancestors are helping you to cleanse, to rebirth, and it's completely guided so that you can follow your calling. Beautiful souls, whatever is happening in your world right now, it is happening with absolute purpose. Open yourself to receive the healing, and at any time you feel that you are having a wobble or there's a return to the past, have the strength and the courage to carry on. If you need to, bookmark this page and come back to this reading if you need an affirmation. This is really, really clear. It could not be clearer. Let us ask for perhaps some guidance, not so much guidance, but may we see how Pile 1's pathway is going to be unfolding. I'm seeing the healing. I'm seeing your ancestors literally surrounding you, supporting you. May we ask, please, to see what else, how is this unfolding? Look at this. We have the star card, the stars. How fascinating that the stars are mirrored here in this beautiful, beautiful, little pool of water here. The stars are being mirrored. Yeah, you are here. Many of you will know that already that you're a starseed person, but you are here to bring messages. You are exactly that channel. Forgive me, my words are getting a bit floundery, but you are here to be that vessel, that connectivity between the messages that are coming from the stars, the planets, from the tail of that comet, to bring that message forth on the earth, to be that connector. It's interesting she has an arrow in her heart. Then we have the world card. How interesting. You have the star and the world. And we see yet again another pipe here. And look at him dancing, singing the drum, enjoying music. I do feel there will be something quite real and pragmatic that you do to make this possible. But you will be healing people from the heart, literally from the heart. You may be healing people's minds, but it's very much you're healing people's brokenness. You're healing the imbalances that people have experienced. And indeed, you can do that because you have experienced it. But you are at this point in time being gifted with healing from your ancestors. Oh, shivers coming through me again. Look at this. We have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the snake. Isn't it interesting? This is a rattlesnake. You know, it's like, I think you are able to transform something that is toxic and poisonous into something that is healed. That's your calling, and you do so because you've had to heal yourself through a lot of poison and toxicity being directed at you. Fascinating. We have a snake skin being present in the riddle. And then your final card, the Seven of Wands. How interesting that what we see are kind of almost, I mean, firstly we see a warrior here with a buffalo, but what we see is a knife laid to rest. Yeah, you will enable a lot of what I would call, I think you'll help people to find honour again, actually, and to live in peace, to put arms down. There's a dragon as well showing here. I don't know if you can see that. You see that right in the middle of the card? Dragons are about seeing through the illusion. Like dragonflies are all about, in native traditions, about seeing through the illusion. Dragons became dragonflies. Actually, they were, if I remember rightly, this, or certainly the stories that I have heard in native traditions and the myths and the legends, that dragonfly is about seeing through the illusion, that dragons were all, you know, full of puff and fire and, you know, but actually they're gentle, they can become gentle creatures. They became dragonflies. It's about seeing through something, removing ego. Those are the kind of themes. I've heard many different stories about dragons and dragonflies, but it's about seeing through the illusion, seeing through the ego, putting arms to rest and navigating life through a whole different perspective. Pile 1, this is your reading, and I am absolutely blown away. Beautiful souls, you're going through the transformation of healing and cleansing now, right now. Your ancestors are absolutely with you. Every time I speak that name, the ancestors, I have goosebumps and shivers literally running through me. Now, I did say earlier, but I genuinely mean it. If you are going through quite big things where you're having to find the strength and the courage to come through, there is real purpose, and this reading is here to advise you of that. You will be so on track when you come through this process of cleansing and healing. It is a complete rebirth for you, and you have gifts to bring forth, and you will be supported 1000% in bringing those gifts forwards. So beautiful souls, you know, do bookmark the page or remember the reading and come back to it if you ever find you're having a wobble and you need to just have a regrounding or a confirmation that your ancestors are walking with you, literally 24/7. But I think many of you will find they come through in your dreams, and also you may find that circumstances are emerging around you that really bring you signs and signals. And look up, look to the stars. You'll just know. Butterflies may appear for you as signs, as symbols, just to help you. I mean, reconnect with Mother Earth. We yet again have beautiful butterflies being shown here. Look up and ask for guidance. If you ever need it, you will receive it, and it will come to you in whatever shape or form is needed. Pile 1, it is truly an honour to read for you. I am sending you so much love, and thank you so much. Thank you to those of you who are returning to the channel for being a part of this community, and thank you, beautiful souls, for anyone new. And just thank you all for what you are doing and for your pathway. I think this is a biggie. I think you've been through an awful lot. So wow is all I can say, and huge respect to you all. Tons of love, and if this is resonating, I hope to see you for some other readings really soon. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Now, before I read you what is on the back of this card, I'm going to draw your oracle cards. I'm very fascinated by the energy of your reading. with these particular runes, to have the rune of Alga's protection with the spiritual warrior, which is Tewa. It's very decisive, very decisive action, and you have a bee and a very ornate moon. So let's just see, and this beautiful child with the sun and stars above. Let us look and find out what major gift is the energy of the comet bringing. Okay, right, I'm going to just take this card on the top. I've got some stunning cards to use today, beautiful souls. Firstly, one of my old favourites, but which I use a lot, but also a mix of really amazing cards for you. Okay, wow, you have the deer and the moccasin here. Okay. What else do we have here for my beautiful souls? Okay, ooh, you've got 3 from that pack. Okay, this is really interesting. Your cards are really literally leaping out. How interesting. 1 from this pack. And what else do we have here? 2 from this pack. Okay. I'll do your tarot cards in a moment. Let's turn these over and see what we have. So we have the deer and the moccasin here. We have plant medicine. How interesting that this came out in pile 1. If any of you were drawn to pile 1, there could be a message there for you too. Plant medicine, truth. We have offerings, wealth. This is very interesting. Okay, but let's put this down here. I want to see how many cards. I can't remember what I did in pile 1 with configuring cards, but you have different ones anyway. So we then have sacred site, purpose. How interesting. Okay, let's perhaps put this down here. Then we have planting seeds, intentions, and plant nation, herbal medicine. Okay, let's move these along. I think we can get everything in. Just about. Actually, I'll tell you what we will do. Let's move these just here, and then we'll make some space for that. Remember who you are. Culture, resilience, beliefs. Okay. Okie dokie. Planting seeds, intentions. Look at the way the sun is sitting at the top of this card, and we have this beautiful child. We're the dream catcher and this beautiful native baby carrier. The sun above here. And look at this plant growing, and you have plant medicines, truth. Remember who you are, sacred site, purpose. And again, herbal medicine, so plant medicine coming through here twice. Let's read what's on the back of this card for you before we say any more. So we have the card of illumination, new hope. You enter this world with a birth cry, announcing your arrival. Then you spend the rest of this life with questions, in search of answers. Where did I come from? Where am I going? Every sunrise, beautiful, every sunrise illuminates where you have been, where you are, and the infinite possibilities before you. The earth is throbbing like a drum. A baby is born. Joy is born. Liquid melodies linger over the still waters of a pond, echoing the faint voices of women and the great mother in unison. Little one, you are blessed in beauty and light. May you be a newborn in many seasons in your life. Visit this deep blue pond often. It represents your emotions. What do you see? Can you name the emotion that pains you? Dive deeply into its phantom reflection and soothe your spirit. Your light is there, just on the other side of the shadow. Speak of it. This is new hope. And I see abundance here, offerings, wealth, truth. Planting seeds, intentions, plant nation, herbal medicine. Remember who you are. Purpose. Something is not set in stone around you. There is something that needs to be changed, that you are being assisted with. Now we are asking, what major gift is the comet bringing you? In essence, it's a rebirth. And you are being protected in this rebirth. You're being protected to, literally, I think you're being given a point of power, pile 2. I think this does connect to your work and your purpose in a working way, though to be fair, some of you could be working with children. Oh, please excuse me, my doorbell has just rung. Pile 2. The most remarkable thing has happened. You will not have been massively interrupted time-wise because I pressed the pause button. My doorbell rang. I was not expecting anything to arrive here, and I have just received a gift. Now, I am it's not just a great believer. I know from my own real experiences all of the time that whatever arrives is with purpose. When we are doing a reading, everything that happens, it's not just the cards, everything that happens around us is telling us something. It's part of those, it's a message, it's part of that. Now we're asking, what major gift is the comet bringing you? I think you are to be gifted something, literally. An offering, something is to be given to you, and it is going to transform your world. It will enable you to rebirth. It will enable you to set forth to new horizons with absolute clear intent. Now, I don't know yet what it's going to be. It's brewing at the moment. It's on its way. You know, when you make a cup of tea or a herbal tea, you have to put your herbs in your teapot and boil the water, and then you have to wait until it's ready. With a birth, we have to wait until it's ready. Now, it may not be with you just yet, but it is on its way. And when it comes, I think it is literally going to light the way for you. We have the sun here. Look at the golden horizon here. It's going to remind you of who you are. If any of you are feeling like you're not quite sure, or you have moments of doubt, I mean, that may not be true for all of you, but you will know. You will absolutely know. Something is to be gifted to you. What is currently going on around you is not fixed in stone. There's something around you that you're going to be given a very, very, very clear direction. Now, it may not be, it may for some of you be something that's kind of transforms your world in a very different way. It takes you in a new direction. However, for many of you, I think there is something you're already on a certain pathway. And it's almost as though what you have been building for some of you is the foundation. It's the foundation stone. But you'll have a foundation stone from which something can take off. It would be like the gift of something that opens a doorway. That means that the seeds you've already sown, the work you've already been doing, can take off. Everything that you've been doing, you've been working on, is birthed into the world fresh and new. It's kind of like, I feel like stuff sort of comes together. We have birch trees around this beautiful deer. Birch trees symbolise birth, again, new beginnings. But the stag is also a sign of leadership. Something with the truth as well. There's a saying, isn't there? The truth will out. I think you'll be seen as well. If you've been, I don't know, hiding your light under a bushel or something, I think you'll be seen, you'll become visible. I mean, this moon is particularly ornate. Now, you're being protected at the moment. So this gift that's arriving for you, not only is it going to create a very clear opening for you, but you will be protected to get there, to be able to bring it forth. If any of you are working on something where you are actually having to struggle with anything in terms of finding your way, staying on track, for example, you're trying to build a foundation, but anything that comes in that you might think, gosh, what's that about? You'll just be protected. You'll be guided through this. Let's get a bit more information as well around this. But yeah, I really feel very strongly that you will be gifted something, literally, it's like an opening or an opportunity or a seed or something that gives you an absolute clarity. It's like something opens a door for you. And it actually reminds you as well, I think, it reminds you of, it's a bit like renewing your faith, renewing your trust. You know, when something falls into place and you think, wow, just at that point when you kind of thought this is never going to happen, a doorway opens and you think, wow, this has totally renewed my faith. I now know what I'm doing, or I thought I knew what I was doing and I've been persevering. Now I know exactly how to take that forward. Something is to be gifted. Let's get some more information. What is this gift? Or how might this gift arrive? Or could we have more information about the gift? Okay, so you have the Ace of Wands. So it's absolutely going to give you the clarity of direction. Now, this Ace of Wands could be, it could be renewed energy. It could be a gift of, because there is an offering to be given to you. So it could be some, I mean, we haven't got the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the Ace of Wands. So it's energy, it's creativity. It could be that creative spark that you needed to help you to see how to move something forwards, how to bring it forth. We then have the Knave of Pentacles. How beautiful. Now this is the Page of Pentacles. And we see a badger here. Now, badgers are very, very interesting creatures because they can be very ferocious, but only if cornered. You know, they're very protective. So yeah, protection is coming through again with Algiz, the rune of protection. If you have an idea or something, if you've come up with something and you're not sure how to bring it forth, how to birth it into the world, even things like copyright, I think, will be protected, you know, or intellectual property rights. Something's to be protected. You are to be protected in bringing this forth while you brew it, while you put your seeds in the pot, your herbs in the pot, and you bring them forth. Whatever this is, you're either working on it already or you'll gain real clarity, or an amazing idea will come to you. I suspect most of you are already working on something. And I think it is quite big because this moon is so ornate. I think you already to some extent know that it is your calling or your purpose. If you don't know your calling or your purpose, I think it will be revealed to you. But you're going to be protected, and I want to say it's not just protected, but supported in bringing this forth. I think financially, for example, you'll be given the creative ideas at every step of the way to move it forwards. There'll be openings that arrive, and I do think you will be given the finances to bring this forth. It may not be big finances, but you'll be given what you need as you need it in order to follow this through. We have, yes, the Three of Swords. Okay, how interesting that we have a turkey here. I think that's a turkey in the middle. Then we have the Hierophant. Okay. Turkeys are about abundance, which is really interesting. The Three of Swords is a card traditionally that suggests that in many ways, even though there's a challenge, there's sometimes a challenging energy around it. It also suggests that the energy is breaking open. Something can be healed or moved forwards. I mean, if the Three of Swords related, for example, to a broken heart, it means that the time has come to be able to acknowledge those emotions and those feelings, to rebirth and re-emerge. It's like there is opportunity to heal here. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay. If this gift, for some of you, again, this is a general reading, so it's going to meet many. going to meet many. It's going to reach many. Hopefully, it will reach many. I'm a great believer. Readings reach the people that they need to. So, King of Pentacles here. I mean, this is someone who's at the top of their game. You know, we have the Knave of Pentacles. You'll be protected. There is promise here. But this is kind of like the real deal. Now, where I'm going with this, with the Hierophant, sometimes the Hierophant can indicate a commitment or a marriage. If you, the Three of Swords can indicate, as I just said a moment ago, like it's the healing of a broken heart, the acknowledgement of those feelings, and because they are being acknowledged, they can be healed. Planting seeds, intentions, opportunities, a doorway of opportunity. If any of you have been hurt within a relationship, and you've been gradually processing this, trying to kind of work through it, but been feeling quite stuck, or you know, this is the point when I think something can change and shift. Perhaps someone will come into your world, because we have a commitment or an opportunity coming into your world, that you can make a commitment to a new direction. So for some of you, somebody could come in and remind you of who you are. Remember who you were before the difficulties. Remember who you were before things were challenging for you. Almost a return to innocence here for some of you. What else are we shown about the gift that's coming in? These are the two I'm being shown here. We have the Seven of Chalices. Okay, so we see the salmon. Salmons go upstream. They return to their birthplace, back to birth again. They return to their birthplace. They complete a cycle. Okay. And then we have the Tower. Okay. What your ancestors are saying here, and the major gift, is a rebirth for you. It literally is a rebirth. Something is arriving. It will be a gift of some sort that creates a direction, an opening, but it completes a cycle. This is a whole new phase of life with the Tower. Something is arriving that will transform your world massively. You will be protected. It is literally like a rebirth. You go back. It's not exactly to day one, because obviously you have the wisdom of where you are now and all the growth and the learning that you've done. But you return to a space of innocence. You return to a space of trust, of faith, because this gift is so big that you're like, wow, you know, I can believe, I now know that the universe has my back. I know that I'm being guided. I know that there is a purpose to everything. What I also feel, another message coming through for you, is if you haven't had any stability, if you feel that your world has been lacking stability, whether that is in your health, financially, career pathway, or within relationship, I feel that there will be some stability coming in as well. You know, if like a place to call home almost, a place where you can belong. A phase is over and the new is beginning, and it is the Comet energy that is bringing in this new opportunity or gift. So you can commit and find that sense of stability, a place to call home, your anchor point, the place to be, a sacred site for you. If any of you feel you have not yet found the right people, the right partner, the right place to live, the right location, it will come to you. It will come to you, and it will be gifted to you through an opening. There'll be a gift. I think it's going to come unexpectedly, interestingly enough. Or it may come in a form that you weren't expecting, something that was, as I said, literally like my doorbell ringing and a gift arrives that I was not expecting. May we get any more information about this? Maybe even some timings, or, you know, let's ask. So we have the Nine of Wands, okay, and then the Ace of Swords. This is very interesting. When it arrives, interesting enough, I think it might arrive in, I'm going to say challenging circumstances, but let's say unexpected circumstances. This would be like if you had to attend to something, remember you are being protected. If you had to attend to something that you would rather not have attended to, I don't know, let's say something shows up in your world that feels like it's, I don't know, trying to think of an example, but you know, like let's say you're moving house or you're trying to move house and it all falls through. You know, just when you think you're about to move, it all falls through. So that's a challenging situation. You know, you've booked all the removal people, you've got everything in place, you thought you were moving, everything is all lined up, your ducks are all lined up in a row, you've already given your notice to the apartment you're currently renting, and suddenly, actually, everything falls through and you've got to pick up those pieces. So in that moment, it feels like it's kind of a bit crazy. But I think this is when something of an opportunity is going to arrive. And it wouldn't have arisen if you hadn't faced, it's not exactly faced the challenges. It's just that it comes at a time. It comes in an unexpected way. Yeah, we have the Five of Wands. Yeah, you'll need to make a decision. It's when you're having it comes at a time when you're having to make a choice that you didn't expect to be making. That's what I want to say. How very interesting. I'm ever so intrigued. I'm going to have to follow your reading through completely. Absolutely. Or as far as we will be allowed to go with this. At the end of the day, Spirit has the say and your ancestors are going to share what they wish. But yeah, they're saying this is coming at a time when it's unexpected. The Eight of Swords. How interesting. Look at all these butterflies of transformation. Traditionally, the Eight of Swords is not always an easy card. How fascinating. Yeah, Tewaz, the rune of the warrior, is very decisive. I think you'll be put in a position where you're going to need to make a decision. Now that may be around you already. What if that is the case? That's the window of opportunity. You're having to make a choice here. This could also indicate that the choice you're offered as well, this gift, because it comes in a different shape or form than you had expected it to, that you may not realise that it's the opportunity that you've been waiting for, the opportunity of a lifetime. But it starts a whole new phase of your life. It's literally being guided. Let's get more information. May we ask for any further details, please? Any further information about this, please? We have the wheel. How interesting. Roweda. Now, I love this wheel. It shows a ball, like a bullseye with all these arrows in it. Everything is going to direct you and guide you to the direction you're meant to be going in. We have the Nine of Chalices. Look at this. Talk about black and white choices here. You will need to make it will be a big decision for you. It will be a big choice. But Queen of Pentacles, I mean, wow. Wow, and you've already had the King of Pentacles too, so wow. Queen of Pentacles, it's leading you to the harvest that you need, and the King of Wands. Okay, what I'm going to say is the opening will come with a need to make a choice. And when you make the choice, I actually think you'll know exactly, I think you will be able to see it. It's not set in stone, remember, as such, or it's not black and white, it's not fixed. In fact, I think this card is asking you not to be too fixed on your perspectives of how something should unfold. This is a really interesting choice. It may be taking you in a completely different direction that was unexpected. For some of you, to a different location. But it is absolutely right. This is a rebirth, and you're being guided. Literally, you're being guided so that you are going to be in the right place at the right time. And the King of Wands, look at that beautiful pipe and the white buffalo. The white buffalo is the bringer of everything. Let's just tune in. I'm going to ask for just a few more cards. I really want to follow this through. Why is it such a difficult choice? That's what I'm going to ask for you, pile 2. Why is this such a difficult choice when it looks like a no-brainer? Is it a difficult choice because it comes unexpectedly, or is it a difficult choice because it comes through disruption? Why is this a difficult choice when it looks like a no-brainer? May we please ask your ancestors, why is this a difficult choice? Okay, 3 of chalices. Okay. Why is this a difficult choice when it looks like a no-brainer? The Magician. And the Stars. Okay, this also came out. Some of these cards came out in pile 1. If you're drawn to that reading, it may be of help to you. Okay. I think the only reason this is difficult is because it comes like a bolt out of the blue. The 3 of chalices is a beautiful energy. The card is absolutely gorgeous. It's the 3 of cups. It's a turning point, and it often heralds something really interesting, like sometimes even the birth of a child. You know, this could be life transforming. What if you suddenly, the announcement of a baby in your world comes along, and that changes everything. Of course it changes everything. Why wouldn't it? It's so important. But, you know, perhaps you were thinking of moving away and you think, well, I can't move now. This is not the right time. So you decide to stay put. And that's because that's where you're meant to be. Or, you know, there's something arriving here, like the birth of something new and magical lands in your world, and it changes your perspective completely on kind of like where you thought you would be located, or where you thought the direction you thought you were in quite a real kind of physical way. And it does remind you who you are, because it really centers you in exactly what happened today, that kind of energy of what happened to me today in your reading, where the doorbell rings, it's a sudden something that happens unexpectedly, and you need to attend to it. That's a simple everyday thing. But you know, what if something arrives through the post, news about something, or you get an email, or something happens unexpectedly, and it changes your perspective completely. And it gives you a very clear direction. And it is a no-brainer. The challenge around it is simply because it arrives at a time. Let me make sure this is focusing on the cards properly for you. But the challenge for you is literally that it arrives unexpectedly. It doesn't mean it's not joyous. I mean, I think it is a no-brainer. But the challenge literally is just when you thought you knew where you were going, a whole other avenue opens up for you, and you're like, wow, this is too good to be true. I've got to go down this road. This is absolutely right. I know it is. But how do I now navigate where I was and what I thought I was doing? You know, how do I hand my notice in? If maybe you get headhunted or something, how do I hand my notice in? Because I can't do this and that. That there's something changing here. But this is guided. It's written in the stars. It feels like a point of destiny. And that is why the energy of the comets are heralding this major gift. It's a turning point for you. And it comes like a bolt out of the blue. You didn't expect it. It may be something you have been desiring for ages. I will use the example of having a child. Maybe if there have been fertility issues and you never thought this would happen. So you've accepted that that's how life is going to be. You're moving on. You know, you thought, well, that's set in stone. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to do that. So you go out and you apply for the best job in the world, and you get the best job in the world, and then suddenly that's it. You know, suddenly a baby's about to arrive. It changes everything. It changes your direction. Perhaps you don't want that high-powered job, or you're going to have to reorientate everything. And so that's purely the challenge around it is purely that it's unexpected. And I don't think I can ask beautiful souls any more about it, because when something is shown as being unexpected, in many ways the universe holds the upper hand. All that's happening here is your ancestors are letting you know that something unexpected is going to arrive that is life-changing. And it will change your viewpoint on how you are going to plan the next chapter, and it will bring complete and utter clarity of direction around certain elements of your world. And this is the gift that the energy of the comets is bringing you, because it's a whole new landscape. Your world from henceforth is going to be a whole new landscape in the best possible way. This is guided, this is destined. So whether this connects to your working world or your home world, whatever it is, it's guided, and you will be able to adapt to this and make very clear-cut decisions, because you will absolutely know it is one of those time and a place, and what you'll just know it's right. So however this is, and it is really interesting because I think it heals as well. There's a great deal of healing and a sense of stability, a new chapter coming into your world because of this. You know with certainty what the pathway is going to be, and that's it. You are making that choice, you know it. Pile 2, all I can say on this one is keep us posted. When this happens, if it's already happened, let us know. But, keep us posted. I do post readings every single Sunday where I get immediate guidance from Spirit, and we look at the next 7 days as well. I mean, these are real, the Sunday readings are real touch base every week kind of readings. And thank you so much to all of you who follow them. I feel so honoured. But beautiful souls, it's a great place to update us within our community here if you feel able to do so. Beautiful souls, thank you for being here. Welcome back to all of you who are returning to the channel, and welcome to anyone new. What an amazing reading. Tons and tons of love. This just feels like the change of a lifetime, and it's something you really want. But how magical. But I do think it comes in an unexpected form, and that's the only challenge around it, having to make a decision in that moment about, wow, I didn't see this coming. And that's where it sits. Beautiful souls, tons of love. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you again for some other readings really soon if this has resonated with you. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. What major gift is the energy of the comets bringing for you? We are asking your ancestors. Now, before I read what's on the back of this card, I'm going to draw your oracle cards. I've got some fabulous cards that I'm using today. There are links below if you want to check any of them out if you're interested in them. I always put them in the description box for anyone that wants to see. Your first card is Eros. Okay, how very, very interesting. What else do we have for your oracle cards? May we please ask what gift, too, from this pack. May we ask what major gift is the energy of the comet bringing for pile 3, please. What major gift? I'm seeing this one. What major gift is the energy of the comet bringing for my beautiful pile 3? I'm actually seeing, I think, is that one? I thought it was 2. How exciting. What major gift? Oh, okay. Love. How interesting. You have Eros and love. Okay. And there's your second card. Right. Before we draw your tarot cards or do any more, let's look at what we have here. Okay, so you have Eros and you have the card of love. That's a starting point. We then have ceremonial sacred fire dedication. We have the arrow, card number 22, and we also have the card of the stag with this beautiful moccasin. This is interesting. This came out in pile 2. If any of you were drawn to pile 2, there may be a message there for you. Focus on children. We have find your voice, express yourself, open up, sing out. And we have sacred site, purpose. This also came out as well. Okay, how interesting. Let's read the back of this card before we say any more. So, card number 15, Serenity, Divine Light. This is from the north of the medicine wheel. which is actually where your ancestors sit. In divine light, you overflow with love. How beautiful. You carry the sacred arrows. Wow, okay. Wow, wow, wow. Right, okay, I'm going to start again. Stop wowing. In divine light, you overflow with love. You carry the sacred arrows that teach you about the clouds so full of water that the rain comes like droplets of wisdom into your sea of consciousness. And you begin to learn. The sacred flute carries your prayers of love and all the symbols of treasured peoples, and dreams reflect upon you with the light of the great sun. Look at this. You are a sacred lover full of fragrance, and the wind comes to spread your perfume across the land. You stand before the Great Spirit in a state of grace. Name your darkness, that sad quality that you have held, and as you call it by name, feel it begin to disappear. Wow. Gosh, I'm getting goosebumps. I really am. You hold on to your faith the same way that you grip your arrows of destiny. You are not meant to live in darkness, but in the light of your own integrity. Move with the flow of life and let go of any sadness from your earlier years. Be serene and at ease as the light begins to define you. Look at these shafts of light coming in with the deer energy here. Wow, and I'm seeing this ice cap melting. Okay, this is profound, is what I want to say. Your reading is profound. Wow. Oh my goodness me. Pile 3. I'm mega excited for you. Othilla, known as the rune of inheritance, a gift, also the rune of separation. Gibo, the rune of partnership. The owl, symbol of wisdom. Gosh, I think that the gift, the major gift the Comet is bringing you is the release from something that has been with you almost since childhood, an inner pattern that stopped you from expressing yourself, singing your own song, finding your voice, being your authentic self. Now, you will have been working on this for many, many years, probably all of your life, lots of events where layers have been peeled back. For some of you, this has very directly not interfered with, but been active within relationships. If we are born into a world where we are not loved, okay, then it leaves its mark, and we are often drawn into them relationships where we actually are processing what that meant to us, so that we can reach a point where we can be our authentic selves. And I feel this is relevant to you. I think you have, with dedication, stepped into the challenges that you have faced, mostly within relationship. This is also your relationship with yourself and also your relationship with the divine, which, as far as I can see, go hand in hand. I actually feel that you are returning to a place of love. That's what the energy of the comet is. It's not exactly bringing you, I think it's heralding. It's the point where the ice cap melts for you, as in any ice within you. It is the point where you can now receive the purity of love that you deserve. You can receive what you deserve. You can be love. You can have love. You can be seen for the amazing soul that you are. Wow. And I do think you're seen. Now, for some of you, this could literally be a rebirth within yourself. It could be heralded by the birth of a child coming in to your world as well. Pregnancy, birth, adoption. There's a focus on children. If any of you, for example, were adopted and you have been trying to process that experience, again, often through relationships, this is the point of, I kind of want to say breakthrough, but it's not, it doesn't feel like breakthrough. It feels like emergence. It's like, I feel like basically you've kind of cracked it. Almost. You reach that point where you are not held back in any way, shape, or form by history. The history that you were born into, any generational legacies, where the people who should have been looking after you didn't. The people who should have loved you didn't. Perhaps they were narcissistic. Perhaps they were bound up in their own history and therefore emotionally unavailable to give you what you should have received. Everything is now changing, and this is the point of change. This is where you can now get your entitlement for being you. Whatever you didn't get as a little person, now you get it. It comes to you. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. You are seen. Love. For some of you, if you've not been able to find the right person, I think that the right person will come to you. But they come to you because you can be your authentic self. You can sing your own song, and therefore you attract. It's like the arrow finding the bullseye on a if you were firing an arrow at a whatever you call them, I'm not sure what you call them, but the board, the big circular board where you fire arrows when you're practicing. It's like you find your bullseye. This is amazing. You reach a point of being able to live in love. Your past no longer holds you back, and what comes to you because that is your resonance. This is fab. And, the ancestors, let's see, what major gift? It's really interesting because I do think the gift is more an acknowledgement, a validation, or perhaps the gift is what you have been waiting for or what you have been longing for. Perhaps you have been longing for peace of mind, just to be at ease in yourself, to no longer be held back by thinking patterns or the residue of the past. This is the turning point. But when I say it's a gift, I feel like you really deserve it. And that's really coming through. Perhaps you find a group of people that you resonate with, where you can feel at home, like you found your spiritual home, your spiritual family. I'm seeing you rise. Let's get more information. Let's look at these two cards first. We have the Five of Pentacles. And we have the Three of Chalices. I find this card really interesting. The Three of Chalices is such a joyous card. It really is. It's, the Three of Cups. It's a turning point. Again, it can indicate the birth of a child. It's the turning point. And yet this looks so full of lightning spirit. And I do feel that some of you have had some bitter pills to swallow, is what I want to say. But this is the turnaround point. We see here in the background a beautiful tree. Dancers around a fire. An absolutely beautiful tree. I feel like you are finding your own agency. You're no longer bound in the kind of stuff, in the workings of your mind that stop you from making the choices you need to make. It's like choosing. It's like I choose love. I choose love. I choose to live in love. I choose to be love. I choose love. Very interesting, isn't it? That may be a useful affirmation for you. It's actually the name of some of my books. If you check out the Manifest with the Moon Diary, it's from the I Choose Love series. And yeah, that became an affirmation for me actually quite some years ago when I first started writing and doing different things. I Choose Love was actually like an affirmation for me to really sit in love and move away from the past. To let go of things, to no longer be bound in any kind of, wanting a payback or wanting validation. It was just like letting go of it. I think the greatest thing we can do if we are in receipt of hurtful circumstances is actually to say, do you know what, I choose to be the opposite. I choose to be everything I want to be, and to manifest that. You know, that is far better than any kind of, you know, kind of trying to navigate something with people who are not open to any form of navigation. There's no point in trying to invest in healing conversations with someone that is never going to talk to you or never going to acknowledge anything. Moving beyond it is more important, because otherwise you are the one that's bound in the past, and that will ultimately, or certainly that was my experience, it will eat away at you. Actually, what you need to do is let go of that and move beyond it. Build the world that you want for yourselves. I feel this is your turning point. It's the gateway for you, and that's what the comets and the comet now, the purple mountain, lovely purple, made me think of the amethyst. Actually, a purple mountain amethyst is a crystal. It's a master healer. Let's ask what's actually coming in for you to herald, you know, in a real physical way. May we ask what's actually coming in for you, my beautiful souls, for pile 3. Could we see if we can get any any indication of what is actually arriving for pile 3 to herald this change? Well, we have the Tower. Okay, you don't get bigger changes than that. So it's the rebuilding. I'm going to take all these. We have the Three of Wands, firing that arrow, and we've got the arrow card here already. I'm going to say from this, okay, so we have the Tower, we have the arrow, we have the Fool, we have the King of Chalices. Okay, right, what I'll just say from this before we look at these cards is pretty much what is coming is whatever you want to manifest. Aim your arrow true. It's almost like put your intention into the universe with great clarity, and it will arrive, and the new beginning will arrive for you. The old is done with. You're no longer there. You know, you are now, it's like like I said, you've kind of cracked it. You're living in love. You're not held back anymore as a consequence. And that is what the gifts that the comet is bringing you is your capacity to manifest. That is what your ancestors are saying. Fire your arrow true, and it will land where you want it. Whatever you want to manifest, whatever new beginnings, they will come to you, and they will come to you fast, and they will come in real terms. The King of Chalices. And look at this, the Eight of Chalices, and look at the way this owl is diving. Owls see everything, and what you have here, an owl, you will be shown exactly what you need to see to bring in your harvest. You have the Queen of Chalices. The Queen of Chalices is a card of abundance. Again, a card of birth, a card of motherhood. Sometimes, you know, there is emotional happiness. What you desire is going to come to you. You're coming out of the cave. Look at this bear. The cave is the west direction of the medicine wheel. The bear is the west direction of the medicine wheel. The bear and the cave are the place we let go of things. It's when the bear goes into his cave to hibernate. He's not just going in for a big snooze. You know, he's going in to the dream time, and he's going to process all of the stuff that he's been experiencing. And then this is what one of my own mentors, so forgive my language, but this is what I've been very gifted to be mentored in native traditions. I feel so blessed for the learning, and my learning is the tip of the iceberg in terms of what is known and understood, but I'm truly grateful for what I have been offered. But my mentor says, you know, when the bear comes out of his hibernation, he basically does the biggest shit in the world. It's the biggest pile of poo you could imagine, because he's been asleep and hibernating, but what he's doing is releasing and letting go of absolutely all the crap that is no longer needed. He's processed everything. He physically lets go, and he's then free to transform. And I love this Eight of Swords because it's loaded with transformation. I mean, the imagery of this is fabulous. This is absolute transformation. No longer held back by the content of your mind. No longer held back by the verbal diarrhea of our mind. I'll take an ownership of that. That's definitely can be me on occasions. You know, when my mind travels into the territory of going over and over stuff when it's really a complete waste of time, because all it's doing is expending lots of energy and getting in the way of my vibration and of me being available to do the stuff that I'm here to do and want to do. But this is about you getting rid of that. This is the gift. The gift is manifestation through absolutely releasing, letting go of anything that no longer serves you, and having an incredibly pure vibration. You're being held in light. Every step of the way, what you need to see will be illuminated for you. And you're going to see really, really clearly, having let go of all the crap. You'll know if something pops into your mind and it's just stuff in your head. You'll be like, do you know what? Go away. I don't need this. And it'll start to be like water off a duck's back. And the massive new beginning here is that things that have previously hindered you, and you have had some bitter pills to swallow, my lovely pile threes, you really have. These are a thing of the past. You can now literally fire an arrow, send an intent into the universe, and that intent will be delivered. Because you can do it. You're not hindered by the energy of the past in any way, shape or form. I think this is pretty wow, if I'm truly honest. Pile 3, I really do. But you know, the core of it is you sit in love. So there's no intent to do anything beyond send love into the world. The more love we send into the world, the more love we get back. There is a purity within you. You are returning to a state of purity, not held back anymore by anything that has previously been an issue for you. May we just see how this maybe unfolds. Any more information? It's like you're given the gift of love, but you've worked for it, you own it, it's heralded, and with it comes the gift of manifestation. Okay, 6 of Swords. Interesting, we have the turtle here. And look at those almost like babies in the background here of that card. I'll show them to you in a moment. Let's see what else we are shown here. Okay, we have Justice, yeah. This is really lovely. And then we have the Hanged Man. Yes, everything that was previously stuck is moving. It's like you're just through and beyond whatever's held you back before. I love the Justice card with this totem pole. I want to say justice is served. I don't mean that in that ego-y kind of way. It's almost as though you're able to step away and just say, do you know what? I trust that justice will be served. I trust that the universe will hold people to account. Their karma is not my problem. I am my problem in the best possible way. I'm no longer being bound by this. Actually, I'm not following any kind of patterns of thinking that no longer serve me. I trust I'll be shown the way. It's really interesting with the 6 of Swords, the turtle energy. Can you see that it looks like there are sort of like infants almost swimming here? In native traditions, the turtle came to the rescue of humanity. And indeed all the beings. I said right at the start, we came to the earth on the tail of a comet. We are all related. We're all made of the same stuff. We are made of star stuff. And the turtle said, in the great flood, you need land. Climb onto my back and I will be that land. I will become that land. I will provide for you. So something is to be provided for you. Again, it's the provision. You can manifest what you need. This is the turning point. You can manifest what you need when you need it. Because you're not held back. Living in love. Wow. Wow, I am going to do my wowing, but I need to pile 3 because it's like just amazing. I just feel like the world now becomes your oyster. There's a new beginning. It's purely centered in love. I mean, this is the key to manifesting. The moment we start to set intents that an intent that causes damage to someone else, then that damage is going to come right back to you. I'm not suggesting you have ever done that, I also add, because I think you've had some bitter pills to swallow. But I think part of your being here it's almost like part of your calling and your purpose has been to learn how to rise above these things. It's almost as though, 'cause I think this is one of the major lessons for humanity as we move into a space of higher consciousness, the dawning of a new age. We have to learn to be able to not be bound emotionally by the past, not to buy into the emotionality of inflamed situations, because all we do is feed it more. And this is about you rising up above that. And I just feel like your world is going to unfold in the most amazing way, in whatever way you want it to. I ask for information, but honestly, with the Three of Wands, it's going to unfold as you wish. What do you want to manifest? You know, we have the King of Chalices. You have the Queen of Chalices. What do you want to manifest? What do you want to lay to rest? What do you want to manifest? Put it out there. Put your intent out there with purity, with love. It's going to be coming back to you. You'll be shown the way, guided with the Hanged Man. Look at the way the Hanged Man in this image is pouring water from a chalice down to the ground, gifting the ground with what is needed for things to grow. How beautiful. Pile 3, this is your reading. The major gift is the gift of manifesting through the purity of love. And your ancestors this is their message. They are letting you know this. Such an affirmation. Beautiful souls. You are actually, of course, now able to work with spirit. You're able to work in love. Whatever you manifest, it's going to be for the greater good of all, as well as yourself, because you can't manifest through love without that. There's that higher purpose. I'm really being called to draw one more card, actually, just to see. Don't know what that's going to show us, but I just feel drawn to draw one more card. And it just flew out. And what do you then get? The Queen of Pentacles, the card of absolute abundance, of harvest. Look at these sunflowers. Wow, what a confirmation. I just heard one more card. What a confirmation. Pile 3, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting me and the channel. I hope the reading has resonated with you. If it is, do check in on other readings. Me and my daughter collectively have been compiling playlists on the main, the homepage, so you'll be able to start to find readings that resonate with you more easily. If you're looking for a pick a card reading, we're trying to compile them so that you can access things and find what you need when you need it, including messages for immediate guidance and the next 7 days. I post those every Sunday anyway, but whenever you need a reading, they are there as a resource. Relationship readings, and I will be building on all of those playlists. If there's not only a dozen or so, or even less readings around a certain theme, I will be building on those and doing more. So there's always readings that you can find to support you on your journey, particularly when you are actively manifesting. But truly, this is wonderful. It's your authenticity, it's your genuineness. Open up, be you. Take an ownership of everything you want to manifest. Sing your song. Sing it out loud. Ask for it in the energy of pure love. And my beautiful souls, I think it's going to manifest for you. I really do. I'm loving sitting in your energy. Well, why wouldn't I? It's an energy of love. Pile 3, tons of love. I look forward to seeing you again for another reading really soon.